Why you're struggling to find wholesaling leads and why you're struggling to find wholesaling real estate deals and exactly what you should do. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to show you exactly why you are struggling getting leads in your wholesaling real estate business and exactly how to get more leads so you can obviously do more wholesaling real estate deals. What I want to do is really change your mindset on how you look at leads and look at your marketing, and I want to show you the truth that nobody else in this industry tells you about wholesaling real estate, and especially leads for real estate wholesaling deals. There's a really common misconception that you just have to grind out here to get a lot of great wholesaling real estate deals. And the truth is, yes, grinding is really good, but there's about 2 or 3 other factors that really matter. And really, when you break down the numbers, it changes everything. So that's what I want to do in today's video. I'm going to give you thousands of dollars of real estate wholesaling game. So do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So when it comes to doing real estate wholesaling deals, honestly, what I can tell you, most wholesalers think that it all comes down to one thing: leads per deal, right? That's what everyone ever asks me. They ask me, how many calls do I have to make to get one deal, right? Or how many signs do I have to put out? How many bandit signs to get one deal? Or how many weeks till I get a wholesaling deal, right? I get asked all these questions like, how many weeks or how much do I have to do till I get desired result? And the truth is, it's actually not a bad question to have. But the problem here in real estate wholesaling, it's not about how many calls you make or how many signs you put out or how many weeks it takes to get something. We are not paid by the hour, we're paid by the job. So yes, leads per deal is important, and that's where most wholesalers look at, but cross that out right now. It's not about leads per deal. Most people think if they pull a certain amount of leads, it's going to result in wholesaling real estate deals. And that's actually the farthest from the truth. And that's where a lot of beginners get stuck in this rat race that the real estate wholesaling guru industry gives to you. It's not about leads per deal per se. It's about quality leads per deal, okay? This is where the whole wholesaling real estate does not want you to know. The whole industry does not want you to know this. When people say leads per deal, they automatically will go to a paid list provider. And I have nothing bad against Batch or PropStream, and that's the one I actually use, and I make most of my money with that. But most newbies will run towards the paid list service provider and say, I pulled 5,000, I skip traced it, I deserve a deal. When you think that you deserve something without putting in the work, you do not deserve it. I've had this mantra for a while, and I've always said it, but it's completely true. Action equals results. And a lot of people think the result is me getting one deal, right? And I deserve to get one deal because I did the action of pulling leads. And that's the main issue we see in the industry. People will pull 5,000 leads and they'll think, I deserve a deal now. Not knowing there are so many factors when you're doing leads that it matters. First of all, number one, what's the quality of the list? Do you have a good script? Do you have good skip tracing? Who's cold calling? Do you have a good contact rate? Leads per call? Like all these things that nobody ever talks about, right? No one talks about quality or the script or the skip tracing or how good's the VA or their contact rate. Do you have a bad number? Leads per call. Are you being spammed? Like nobody ever talks about this. People only care about how many leads you pulled and that you're calling. And it doesn't matter about that, right? It's all about this thing right here. It's the quality leads per deal. And so when you have a quality lead, you pull it from a great list provider. I'm going to break down my top 3 ones. How good of a script are you using? The skip tracing and all these other factors I just said. Now, if you're not using a provider or a service like freewholesaling.com where I show you exactly the right list, the right skip tracing providers, the right contact rate and everything like that, you're not going to become successful. That's why I have to go to my free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com. Now, on top of that, quality of the list you're getting is probably one of the most important parts. Now, obviously the skip tracing, the script, how good of a cold caller you are is very important if you're using a dialer or not, but the quality you're getting the list from and the skip tracing is probably just as important as making the calls. It's like I get this all the time. People are like, I worked out for an hour today at the gym. I should be jacked right now. And yes, you might be at the gym for an hour, but were you on your phone for 45 minutes? Were you dilly-dallying, not trying to work that hard, only lifting 5-pound weight? Or were you actually going as hard as you possibly can? I hate it when people say, I ran for an hour. Did you run for an hour or did you walk for an hour? Working out for a certain time period doesn't mean. It's all about the action and the effort you put into the thing. I'd rather you work out for 30 minutes than an hour if the 30 minutes is going to be really strenuous and hard. Same to the cold calling. I'd rather you put an hour into cold calling really well, going really good with the scripts, getting the best quality leads possible versus you cold calling for 5 hours on just a trash list from trash data. So what are the top quality lists to pull? In order, let me give it to you. The quality of leads. And this is actually going to be rarely, but it's going to be in order. So this is actually going to be in order. Now, I know I have terrible handwriting. You don't have to tell me that, okay? I know that. But number 3 right here of top quality leads are going to be what I call paid lists. These are lists like PropStream, listrei.com, ZachData.com, right? These are paid list providers that work really well. The reason reason why I tell you to do paid lists and not lists from like a free list providing website is because when a free list providing website tries to give you a high equity or a probate deal or those type of leads, they're really trash data because they're giving it to you for free. And so they're not spending millions of dollars in research and development getting the highest quality data possible. They're really skimping on really good information and data just to provide it to you for free. So yeah, you might get a high equity list, but it's going to be trash data. And honestly, when you skip trace it and you actually invest money into skip tracing it, you're actually losing more money than is paying for the good quality data. Number two here, this is going to be your government lists. Tell you about government lists forever. You guys know that. These are going to be lists like your probates, code violations, your water shutoffs, liens, and etc. Right? Like you just go to freewholesaling.com, we break it all down. And then the top type of quality list you can possibly get are what I call earned lists. There's a reason why I didn't call government lists free lists, because if you do a free list and get really bad data, if it's from like a software that pulls lists for you, but government lists are lists you have to earn. They're very similar to government lists, but I put this in its own category because yes, you have to go out here and earn the probate list, but I can hire a VA to do that. And pretty much it's all public data and it's publicly available. The earn list though, this is top tier quality data possible. These are going to be lists that you can't get unless you go out and earn it. You have to get out your butt and actually go after it. No other wholesaler can go pay any amount of money for this list. This is why you can beat people that are spending millions and millions of dollars in their own wholesaling real estate market because they physically can't get that list. They have to go earn it. That's why you can't pay any money to go get a bunch of muscles. You have to go earn it. And really, these are going to be reverse driving for dollars and driving for dollars. You have to get off your butt and actually earn these type of lists. Now I'm telling you, these are the lists that are a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not sexy. It's not the greatest list out there compared to inbound leads or texting or anything like that. But this is something where you have to earn it. You have to work hard and you get handsomely rewarded for it. I'd also add door knocking on that if you're a door knocking person, but these are very difficult for most wholesalers to do because it takes a lot of effort. Now I'm telling you right now, yes, paid lists are going to be the least quality because it's easier to get that list. As you can see, the order of this list is basically based on how easy it is to get a list. Anybody can go sign up for listeria.com, pull a vacant property list in about 5 seconds. For me to get 500 driving for dollars leads, it's going to take a lot more effort to do. It'll probably cost less money, but it's going to be a lot more effort. So when you start working on this and the type of volume you can put into it, you'll do well. The one thing I need to get in your brains right now is yes, quality is super important, but there's one thing that can make up for a lack of quality, and that is what we call volume. Volume will always make up for lack of quality. Now, quality is probably the most important one always, but if you can't get the most quality data possible, you're going to have to pump up the volume. And pumping up the volume is not a bad term at all. For example, I can't do 15 driving for dollars deals every single month in my local market. There's just way too much effort, time, and money that needs to be done to get that type of quality list. And unfortunately, I can't do 40 probate deals in my own city because there's just not enough probate leads. So to make up for that lack of quality I can have, I'm just gonna have to get a bunch of vacants, a bunch of high equity, spend some money skip tracing it and calling a huge volume of it to make up for the lack of quality. On top of that too, this also works in reverse. And what do I mean by that? Quality will always make up lack of volume. So if you can't do 3,000 cold calls or 10,000 texts in a month, if you focus really hard on top quality, let's say for example, 300 or 400 reverse drawing for dollars, which is basically an hour to a week, which isn't much, that will make up for the lack of volume you're doing. And really when you start looking at leads like that of, hey, either I'm going to pull a lot of volume and a lot of quality, it'll work very well. Now, if you really want the quote unquote secret to success, the secret that nobody talks about, it's literally this. It is volume times quality. That is what results are based off of, okay? If you have a ton of volume and a ton of quality, you'll do well. For example, if you did 3,000 calls of probates, that'll probably land my team about $250,000 in deals conservatively, all right? But if I did 3,000 calls of, let's say, vacants, that'll probably land my team around $30K in wholesaling real estate assignments. You see, it's how you mix the volume and the quality in this business that's gonna lead you to your results. So this is really what I wanted to leave you out to. If you're struggling to get wholesaling deals and struggling to get leads, really take an audit in your own wholesaling business about the volume you're putting out and the quality of leads you're doing, and that will lead to your wholesaling real estate success. It's not rocket science, guys and gals. Pump out great quality lists and market to them in a high volume. And if you do that, I promise you, you're gonna have wholesaling real estate success. Guys, if you got any value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and please go to my free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com, where I show you how to cold call, pull all the lists I've talked about today, and really how to get close to your wholesaling real estate goals and success so you can be the best wholesaler possible absolutely for free. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one. See you guys soon.